What's going on, lads? Aaron here. Today I'm going to be making a Rocket League tutorial video for you all, giving you a few advanced tips on how to further excel your skills at Rocket League. Now before I start this video, I do want to mention that this is primarily targeted towards those who are already good at the game. I do still think this information will be useful to those who aren't gods yet, but it probably won't be something that you can immediately incorporate into your game. So the main reason that I'm making this video today is because I still see a lot of players out there who think that the main objective of the game is to hit the ball. But no, it isn't. At the end of each half, there is a net. And you have two teammates that are willing to help you get the ball into the net. And I'm going to teach you how to use them. So let's get into it. Alrighty, topic number 1. Movement off the ball. This is by far the most important thing to work on in becoming a good Rocket League player. Positioning yourself to be ready to receive a pass, a block, or a clear will increase your chances of getting to the ball first and ultimately maintaining possession of the ball. So how do we work on this? Now there are a number of different ways that you can work on improving your positioning off the ball. The main ways that I believe to be helpful are to watch replays of professional teams from a specific player's perspective and see how they position themselves throughout their games. This can be a great starting point to understanding when to push up and when to stay back, when to challenge the ball and when to back off. When you're watching them, try to focus on watching where they position themselves when they are waiting to receive a pass or waiting for an enemy clearance. I find that numerous players fall into this hole, whereas the last defender, they push up too early. As a result, if the other team gets a strong clear, that player is not in a position to properly hit the ball to one of their teammates, and they end up losing control of the ball. This poor positioning changes the momentum of the game and can really hinder your chances of winning. The second way of improving your positioning is to watch your own replays. Try to look for scenarios in your game where your team is struggling to make it clear or struggling to control the game, and note your team's positioning when you're in those struggles. A common issue is that teams will often be very crowded together with their positioning. They'll have two players sitting in net while the other player is trying to block the ball. This enclosed positioning puts a lot of pressure on the defender going for the first clear, as he has very limited areas to hit the ball that are considered safe. This causes huge problems in your abilities to clear the ball from your half, and a lot of times will result in your team conceding a goal against a higher rated team. I'm going to give you a few examples of good positioning techniques in a moment, but before I do that, I'll briefly mention the other methods that you can use to improve your own positioning. These include playing scrims against higher rated players, asking better players for tips, and just generally playing some 3v3 with two friends of your skill level. I feel that this is a lot better than just playing pub by yourself, as you build synergy and trust with your friends much faster than with random players you find in pub. Okay, scenario number 1. This one comes up a lot in pubs and matches, so it's a good place to start. What team has better rotations in this scenario? Answer: orange. Blue's team has some huge defensive weaknesses in that none of the players are currently in a position to receive a block or pass. Unless this guy here makes some godlike 140 km per hour, 45 degree elevation hit towards the other half, they're not going to get the ball out of their half. If the ball pinches out toward the center here, this orange player will get to the ball before the blue keeper. If the first blue player misses the block, then this keeper is going to have a hard time hitting the ball somewhere that the two orange players can't get to. Instead, the third blue player here should position himself in one of two places, either here or here. In these positions, he is easier able to receive a pass from the first or second blue player. This positioning is safe, and this positioning is aggressive, but both are good. Scenario 2. This time it's Orange's team with the poor positioning. Through either miscommunication or lack of map awareness, both player 2 and 3 have joined the offense to support player 1. Any effective block or clear from blue will cause all orange members to be frantically sprinting back to their own net. Now, whilst player 3 will likely have the speed to get back to his net in time to save a shot, you've completely lost control of the game in doing so, just because you pushed too far forward for a hopeful pass from player 1. A much better position for player 3 right now is right here, at halfway. If it looks like blue team is going to clear it, you have a much better lineup to hit the ball and maintain pressure. This guy should only go up if player 1 centers the ball and it's gone too far over the net, or if player 2 has had a shot and hit it high over the net. Now, I was planning on doing 3 scenarios for this, but I couldn't really be bothered, so yeah. But a general rule to follow if you want to know where to position yourself is, do I have a teammate in a position where I think the ball will go to next? If the answer is no, then go to that position. If the answer is yes, then go to a position where you think your teammate can hit it to you safely. Now that we've covered movement off the ball, the next topic I'd like to discuss is about knowing when to be patient with the ball. One of the common mistakes I find people doing, not only in pub, but also in competitive matches, is that they try to do everything as fast as possible. They think that in order to beat the other team, they have to be faster than them. And this is very wrong. Whilst playing fast certainly can make you get to the ball faster, and maybe even win the ball against the other player, where are you hitting it to? What is the continuation after you've hit the ball? When you rush your hits on defense or on offense, a lot of the times your teammates aren't in positions to connect to the next hit. So all you're really doing is resetting the play. Instead of going up for an aerial and hitting the ball straight back to where it came from, why not try to control it and make a dribble attempt? There are a number of different situations that can happen very often in games where if the player just took a little bit more time on the ball, they would have a much stronger chance of getting a good clear or setting up a nice goal. Okay, so here are just a few examples of good and bad time control. Or check out this sick positioning from blue. In order to understand when it is good to be patient with the ball, there are a few fundamental rules to follow. Number 1, enemy pressure. If the enemy team isn't pressuring the ball, then you have no reason to rush your hit. Take an extra second to position yourself better, or control the ball better. If you take an extra second to ensure an accurate pass, you will actually put more pressure on the enemy team rather than trying to quickly interfere with the ball. Number 2, poor enemy positioning. So when the other team can't get a strong hit on the ball, sometimes it is better just to wait for their hit and then attack the ball. This reduces the chance for them to get a lucky pinch and further maintains your offensive pressure. Number 3, a teammate with a better line. Certain situations will occur where you're the closest player to the ball, but your angle is pretty bad. In these situations, knowing where your teammates are can be very helpful. In this example here, we can see that the first blue player could have easily tapped the ball up the wall and tried to set something up himself. However, instead, he waits for his teammate to wrap around and hit the ball with a much higher success rate. If the other player didn't suck, that probably would have been a goal. And that's it. That's all you have to do to be good at the game. So now just go and do that. Please. If you found this video helpful today, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and show it to your friends, and direct anyone who you think may need help with the game to this video as well. Remember to follow me on my social medias, links will be in the description below, and hopefully I will be releasing a new tutorial video sometime in the next month and a half. My name is Aaron, thanks all, peace.